Hello. Day 1 million. Just kidding. Day 5. And today was so weird. Difficult, I guess. Today was the first day that I wasn't alone in the morning. You know, usually my wife is working, and it's a lot easier to get up and have you time in the morning when there's no one else, that's also sharing the space and has needs you for things. But of course that's impractical to always have the space be yours when you're married. So it was good because I realized that I have to navigate that and figure out how that's gonna look. But because of it, it was because of that, and because just the long night last night and just not feeling too good this morning. My schedule was off. I did everything kind of out of order. I woke up and prayed, which was the only thing that I did in order, and then I took a bath because I have my period and I wasn't feeling good. I don't know if it's still taboo to talk about having your period, but I think that half of the population goes through it, so we should probably be able to talk about that. But anyhow, yeah, so I did that, and then I read, and then I got up and I felt a lot better, and so I did the rest of my routine, my hygiene and exercising and all that good stuff. So yeah, and then this, and then I meditated, and that was really strangely hard, even though at this point I am by myself. Just calming my thoughts and my mind was really difficult this morning. There's so many things whirring around in my brains. And I also I'm not someone who's done a lot of meditating, I don't know, quieting myself in general. Because I have so many thoughts is itself a challenge, but there's a part of me that's is this even right? Am I doing this right? Is there a right way? I only share this because I cannot be the only person who thinks that way. But anyhow, so I'm sure that there are things that help people with meditation. I probably should look into those things. But yeah, so it was definitely a struggle today. But I did have some really good thoughts, important realizations this morning. One of them was that while I was all off center, I had a conversation with a friend over Facebook who wrote me that was just kind of in distress, and she was talking about just kind of her bitterness at some people that she just felt had kind of disappointed her, I guess. And she made this comment that she just feels disappointed by most of the people in her life, and I remember this moment in my own past, my own journey, I guess, toward becoming a more healed, more rounded, balanced person. I remember this moment of realizing that everyone was going to disappoint me, that's part of human nature, but at the same time having the realization that I myself was going to disappoint everyone at some point. And those two feelings which are completely opposed to each other, because one is, you know, this feeling that, you know, nobody's gonna be good enough, you know, for you, but at the same time realizing that you're not gonna be good enough, quote unquote, for anybody. It was just like they kind of canceled each other out, and I just realized, like, wow, we're all humans and we all have the capacity for frailty. And, you know, there will be times that we just can't do what other people need from us, and they're going to be upset with that, and, you know, we're going to fail them, and there are going to be times when people do that to us, and how are we going to take those moments, you know, because this person I was talking to was so devastated by it. And I think that, I mean, I don't know if I helped her, but I just kind of shared that story and just reminded her that, you know, like, we're that to other, you know, we disappoint people as well. And just like, I think, like, one of the things about love that's so important is forgiveness, and this sense of, like, introspection that allows you to see that you are capable and have probably committed the same, you know, like, acts of disservice to other people that you are noticing in people around you. And I don't know if it matters if that's true or not, because forgiveness is so important. But yeah, it was this, like, interesting, it tied in interestingly to the book Teachings on Love that I've been reading, just because it's this other side of love. You know, love's actions aren't always just love. Sometimes they're understanding, or forgiveness, or mercy, or just, you know, allowing yourself to not be completely devastated by the actions of other people. And then I read after I had that conversation, and I got another, literally like a page, like maybe a page, 2 pages, maybe 2 pages, into this book today. And Thich Nhat Hanh was talking about just what it looks like, what the importance of practicing, you know, true love, you know, just what I keep forgetting what they're called, the 4 measurable minds, and what they are, you know, and that just an ounce of that understanding and that act of love toward another person, that is worth, like, all and more of the, like, altruistic things we can do, you know. He talks about, how does he put it? He says, if we collect together all the light from the stars, it will not be as bright as the light of the moon. In the same way, practicing love meditation is greater than all other virtuous actions combined. So basically, just showing love toward others, and just actually just meditating on love and practicing that towards another person is more valuable. What he's saying is more valuable than all of the virtuous things that we can do, like the things that the things that people brag about doing, like I helped in a soup kitchen, or, I mean, those things are acts of love, I think. But so often those things, I think, become about being seen doing that. And what Thich Nhat Hanh is saying is just the meditation of it, just actually stopping and allowing yourself to, like, inwardly dwell on love, and then put that out in, even alone, like just in your own space, to actually like meditate on what love is, and then to express that internally, and mentally, like, think about spreading that love, is more valuable than the actual actions of people that are doing things, that they, for good causes. And I think that the way I'm putting it sounds like I'm like maybe it sounds like a devaluing of those actions. I don't think that's what he's saying. I think what he's saying is that so often people do things out of like obligation, or they do them because they want to be seen as a good person, or they do them because of their own internal guilt, and so they do something that they think is good, and they hope that washes that, but without necessarily even thinking about love. Like, I think we've all run into that person who, is in like the social worker job, right? Like the most like loving position that you would think someone could be in. Like, that's like the best thing you could do. And like, they're the grumpiest person that we've ever met, like, I think that's because they're not practicing it internally. They're only seeing the, oh, I'm doing this for other people part, and that, like my friend today, like, she's frustrated because she's doing things for people, and she's giving things to people, and being kind to those people, but there's this little part of her that's still kind of expecting that back, and so she's getting disappointed and frustrated with people. And I think that, the completion of that, to not feel that way, is not to have those people reciprocate what she's doing, but is actually for her to stop and meditate on what it is to love, and to be okay with just that she's loving. And I don't know, it was just kind of an interesting like tie-in, and I don't know if I've explained it well enough in this video, but that was just kind of like what I've been dwelling on this morning. So good luck with that. And think about love today. Think about what it is to you. Another thing that Thich Nhat Hanh said, I'll close with this thought, is when you're meditating, to think about what love has been to you. And I kind of took that like, what are the examples of love that you've experienced in your life? Like, dwell on those, and then let those things kind of help you to like to feel that love, so that you can experience it in your meditation. And I just thought of a lot of people today that have shown true love. So when I was meditating, it was those people, those examples, that helped my brain kind of like make something real out of it. And so if you're struggling with that, like, what does love look like? I mean, think about the people, the times in your life when you've really felt loved, and what did that look like? Yeah. I don't know if that's what he meant, but that was how I took it. So yeah. All right. Well, have a good day. Love you guys. Bye.